All right, welcome. We are going to have another discussion about how to give information. So now you're going to see us practice on how to give information effectively. So let's say that Fletcher and that I'm helping him. He's learning his multiplication. And so now I'm going to teach him how to do multiplication. And he has this problem here that I have written for him, if I can make sure you can see it.
There you go, 14 times 24.
14 times 24. And what we don't want to do, the example of this one, is that I just come in and just say, okay, so 14 times 24, here's what you do. First, you take the 4 times 4, right? And what's that? And so then I just start telling him what to do. What I want to do, if I'm going to give information, if I don't already know where his skills are at, is I first say, Fletcher, what do you know about multiplying when you have when you're doing multiplications like this?
Well, I know that I start over here on the bottom over to the right, and I do this number times this number, and then I write it down below the line. And then I do this number, well, if it's goes over 10, then I need to carry it, I think. Actually, I don't remember. I don't know. So I think I need to carry it. And then I do it again with this bottom right number. I multiply that by the upper left, and then I add that other number that comes from the, if this one was 16, then I would take the 1, put it over here, put my 6 beneath, do 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 1 is 5, and I'd write that down here. And then I create another line because there's 2 numbers here. And then I kind of forget what happened at that point.
Okay. So it sounds like you have a good understanding for what you're supposed to do here. The pieces, if it's okay, I share with you some of the things that I know about how to do this.
Yes, please.
Okay, so what we're doing is, yes, we want to carry the number over when we multiply the first numbers together. Then we also want to put, when we get to the second number over, we want to put a 0 down here to make sure that we mark that space. Okay. Now, when I showed you some of the last pieces on how to do the multiplication, what's your understanding of how to go forward to solve that problem?
Okay, so that's what I wasn't really sure about. I thought a 0 was supposed to go there, but I wasn't too confident. So then I go and I start doing the same type of thing I did for the 4. I do it with the 2. I do 2 times 4, and I write that number in here. And since it's less than 10, I just put in the 8. And then I do the 2 times 1, and I put that, and then I add these 2 together, which was, I forget what that one was, 5, 6. I add those, and then my bottom number is my answer.
So, if you notice, again, all we did is follow the format. I first learned what he learned, or learned what he knows, and then secondly, I asked permission to share the information. I gave him specifically the information he didn't know, so I found the gaps of knowledge he had, and then I checked in to see what he learned from it. Okay. Now, obviously, this isn't the exact format we're going to follow in every situation, especially if your child comes up and says, I don't know how to do this, please show me, right? Because they're already giving you permission. They're saying, I don't know, just show me. But this was just an example of showing you the breakdown on how we're going to use to give information effectively. So when we don't have permission, when we don't know what the knowledge they have or the skills they have, we're going to find out first, then we're going to get permission, then we're going to find out what they learned from the information we gave.
Thank you. Yeah.
So that's how you do it.